Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody, let's take a look on the gold market. So as we said yesterday, market has set the downside direction by the performance on Monday. And if you remember, we talked about the erasing of the bullish grabbers that have been formed, and that was necessary condition to confirm that market keeps the downside direction, just because as it starts forming some white triangle, as you understand, and as we usually talk about this, inside of the triangle the both directions are possible. And as example for you, if yesterday we just have considered upside butterfly while market stands in a triangle, today we could consider the same type of action but to the downside with the targets that stand below the market. Besides, with this recent action that we've got yesterday, it was even stronger than we thought. And so market erased former ABCD pattern to the upside, so we keep no questions to the overall direction right now. So based on this recent performance, you can see that market has reached the OP target of this ABCD pattern, and in fact I would say that we have got less cheaper to buy. So it means that the chances on some pullback here stands relatively, well, not bad, let's call it in this way. We are not considering taking any long position because our context is bearish, but this pullback might be really useful to get better entry points, and we could try to sell the rally if the pullback will happen. In normal cases, as usual, the minor pullback of the Gartner's cheaper to sell is the 30% retracement on the downward action, so it's approximately 1920 area. But with some longer perspective, we could consider that it's might turn to the butterfly, because here obviously we have the acceleration to the OP, CD leg is accelerating, and is good sign for suggest a downside continuation to the XOP, which is 1863. Besides, this target stands below the lows, and when they will be triggered, some stops will be grabbed and it will just accelerate downside action. With this butterfly, as you can see that 127 extension stands very close, so 1866, while the XOP 1863. So that's midterm destination points on the gold market. On the longer time frame, we have small standing levels, and that's just why I like the triangles actually, because it generates a lot of different patterns, and we have some kind of the nested doll butterflies. So here this is our daily butterfly, and you can see that on the left wing, on the right wing, we have the same type of the pattern with the slightly different targets, but still it also shows the downside. And take a look once again, the minor XOP corresponds to the 1618 of the butterfly, which stands 1875. So now we are getting two chain of the targets. First one is 1875, next one 1863, 1866 on the gold. Both of them stand below these lows. Despite this acceleration, nicely looking downside action, market right now stands at the OP. By the way, this is different OP, guys. This is an OP that we talked about yesterday. If you remember, 1895, that's what we talked about, the return back to the 19 even. So with this OP target. So we have this larger OP and this minor OP. Both of them stands in the same level. And as I said, this pullback might happen. It's interesting that take a look at the trend line here stands 1911, so probably market could try to retest it. In our hourly chart, we could consider the pullback here somewhere to this level. So it's on this chart, this is 1908 approximately, the confluence area. That stands very close. Besides, on the hourly chart, we have really nicely looking thrusting action. So this is nice thrust, and here you could consider also some maybe Napoli minor patterns if you're a scalp trader and trade on the 15-minute chart, for example. This thrust actually looking better even on the 4-time frame chart. So if you just increase the scale here slightly, you could see that downside action looks very, very nice, and that's by the way might be kind of the bread and butter sell. which is simultaneously might be the retesting of the trend line, forming the bread and butter right now in the confidence, and downside action might be reestablished. So that's what we have in the gold. Mostly the same as on the euros. In the euro we talked about possible pullback, as in the gold pullback is also possible, just by the reasons that we have talked about in the beginning. So got steeple to buy, reaching of the couple of the OPs, and actually suggests maybe we'll get some divergences by the way as well. All the same stuff as in euro currency. So that's what we have on the gold. As a bottom line, we keep bearish context. We're not considering taking any long position, since we have the chance for the pullback here due to some technical moments. We consider an area around 1911, like 1910, for a potential short entry on the gold market. That's how we see the situation, and let's see how it's going.